Hello, hello. I need my dream light on actually. One second. There's so many lights in here that I forget um to turn all the cool ones on. Okay, what's up guys? How's it going? So good to see you again. Greg, Adrian, Golf Boy, what is up? Is this that Lucid Grove place I've heard so much about? It actually is. It actually is. Welcome, Eric, so good to see you. Conspiracy Town, what is up? Guys, today we have kind of an exciting topic, and I'm very excited. First, I would like to give an update. I'm pretty sure I gave this update last time, but I want to make sure that you guys know that no matter what type of phone you have now, everyone can use Peak Audio. Now, they're still rolling it out for like the Google Play Store, but it is available on the web browser, so I wanted to make sure that I posted the link for that just in case you guys are interested in following me over there. I'm going to be creating a lot of content over there, and if you are a YouTube member or a Patreon, then you already have access to some of the stuff being released on Peak. So there's a couple ways that you can hang out with me over there or enjoy some of the content that I'm making over there. Which thing, Eric? Which thing? But yeah, if you want to come hang out with me on there, see what we're doing over there, then please come hang out. Let me pull up my list right now of the stuff I do have on there, and then I will kind of talk to you guys about the upcoming little course that I'm doing on there. So currently we have sleep music on there, and if you don't have YouTube Premium or something, that is an option because it's completely ad-free, so you'll be able to listen to our sleep music on the app. I have my first challenge on there, which is like the Meditation for Dreamwork challenge we just finished. If you are a YouTube member, you have access to that now, along with over on Patreon. So if you're a patron, then you also have access to that. And then we have some Dreamwork guides. This is a cool series that I'm super excited for, and it's just little audio guides for everything dream related. So the first one is Lucid Presence Guided Meditation for Beginners, Choose Your Dreams Tonight Exercise, Morning Dream Journal Practice for Beginners. And I'm just going to create little how-to audio guides of all of the things, guided meditations. I'm hoping to do a ton of stuff like bedtime stories on there. That's actually something I'm wanting to bring to this channel as well. I want to create little videos that you can listen to before you fall asleep that will help induce specific types of dreams, that will help induce dream recall in general, or will just put you in a really like positive space before bed. So there's a few different ideas I have, but a lot of those ideas I'll be testing out on Peak. So and again, if you are a member, you will get a lot of the content released on there. It will just be a little bit late, like a month late or two, depending on when I release the content on there. Oh, no, no worries. I need to update the Linktree link on there because I only have the challenge listed on there at the top, like join the Dreamwork for Meditation challenge. But because the challenge is over, I don't think it's letting anyone enroll in it yet, so we're getting that fixed so people can so anyone can sign up for that as well. But yeah, if you want to throw that down, Eric, so at least people have the Linktree link and they can go to Peak Audio or at least check out that challenge, please feel free. Anytime throughout the live stream that you want to just drop that link, that's awesome because that kind of has everything that we're going over. Any breathwork on Peak? Not yet, but that is something that I want to do. I will have to create it in a way that it can work for audio because it's all audio on there, and I can totally still do that for breathwork. But I found sometimes when you're teaching someone how to do a specific type of breathwork, it is helpful to have like a video or a person being able to show you what that looks like. So that's my only thing with breathwork, but I do have guided meditations and stuff that do involve some breathwork on there, like the Meditation for Dreamwork challenge. Every single day I show you a different way to meditate to work with your dreams in a different way. And so some of that does involve breath work, but it's very chill, light breath work. It's none of the stuff that we've really done on here that we've dived deep into, but I hope to release stuff like that in the future. And what's cool is like I can kind of upload whatever on there. So I'm just working on figuring out a few different programs that I want in there. And now that you guys know what's already on there, the next challenge that I'm doing, so we just finished the 7-day meditation for Dreamwork challenge. This one is going to be a 14-day lucid dreaming challenge. So it's going to be twice as long. It's going to be everything Dreamwork or lucid dreaming related. So I'm very excited for that. It's probably going to be released around March-ish. I'm meeting with them tomorrow to kind of plan that out. But yeah, that's what's upcoming. I'm super stoked about it. Super excited about it. Also, I got this super cool thing. Like a little... Now, I tried playing with this earlier, but the reflection... You'll see like infinite me's if you look close enough, which I guess is pretty cool, but it kind of blocks the fun. So I'll try to move it down. It's like this little sand. Maybe I can hold it down here. And it just creates all these different little sand paintings. Sometimes I mess with it like this to like create little designs. Played with this way too much. But I wanted to show you because it's super, super cool. I wish you could see it in the light without this reflection. I'll have to take a video when I finish my video tour. By the way, that's coming. I have tons of videos that are like more than halfway done. Some of the videos I have to record at different times of day, so that's the only thing that's kind of holding me up on the house tour video, but I promise it's coming. See look how cool that is. I guess it doesn't really do anything to put my hand behind it. Okay, I guess that's as best as we'll get it. But super, super dope, super cool. I took tons of pictures of the cool stuff it created. It was creating like these crazy pyramids and like all this I can't even explain it. It's pretty dope. Pretty dope. Hell yeah, it is, Greg. I'm so stoked. I would probably get attached to a specific settling pattern. Yes. Yes, and that's exactly what I did. Let me see if I could. I took, like, every time I didn't want to erase one, I would just take a picture and then just let it all add up. Alright, let me see. Oh yeah, this one was cool. You can see that. It created like 2 layers of pyramids and it just stayed like that. Alright, let me find another one. Oh, this one I was just kind of shaking it back and forth like I was showing you guys, and it created this really nice line piece. I know, right, Eric? Because sometimes, like, it's kind of happening right now, so let me show you. There's bubbles, I don't know if you can see that kind of hold the sand in place, and then sometimes there's just a little bit of space between the bubble and it will look kind of like it's raining, you know, in the distance if you're looking over a valley. And that's kind of how the pyramids are formed, by just like all falling in one spot. But it can change any moment based on like the bubbles moving or collapsing, and so it can just create these super weird intricate patterns with the sand going in opposite ways. And I also think that the different colors are different weights, like they weigh different amounts, and that's why they're able to stack in those positions. I also have this one. I promise, guys, this is the last one, and then I'm getting into it. Okay. Is it working? Oh yeah, there we go. See, like that. Pretty cool. Anyways, oh, also, I got this positive potato. Just in case you need a little encouragement. If you know anything about me, I love potatoes more than anything on the planet. Potatoes are like the best thing ever in the world. And I needed one. So anyway, there we go. I'm gonna get into the topic now. Very important updates, guys. Very important updates. Okay, well, today we're going to be talking about, you can probably tell a little bit from the title, how to manifest the life of your dreams through your dreams. Through Dreamwork. Yes, we can do that. Oh no, what am I doing? Okay. I've done this before. I know what I'm doing. So, I kind of broke this down into little sections. So, oh, really, Greg? Oh, that is so good to hear. I got my doctors to change my meds so I can dream more. Hell yeah, that is so good to hear. Oh my gosh. And I don't know if you guys have heard of, well, everyone knows what the Amanita muscaria mushroom looks like. That mushroom. It's legal in all 50 states besides Louisiana for some reason, but you can get Amanita gummies, and those are like dream amplifiers for sure. So if that is something that you're able to do and you want to experiment with like dream herbs or little dream plants that may be able to benefit your dream work, then that's something to try because I have never tried it before. I actually have some here. Again, these are completely legal, okay? You can get them online. You can get them at vape shops as well. And they have different types, but they're pretty cool. And, like, they're very, very chill. They almost, they're kind of like CBD in a way, but they also take you to just really deeper spaces mentally. I'm not exactly sure how to describe it, but it kind of feels like you're in the dream world at the same time. I'm not sure exactly how to describe that, but they're super cool. Skip, what's up? I know that you tried them. We were talking about this in the Telegram group. So if you're not in there and you want to hang out with the dream team, then hey, come hang out. Do you mind posting that Linktree link, Eric? Just now that I'm bringing it up, that way people know where to go. But Skip, let us know when you get those Amanita gummies, because I heard that you got them, right? And I would love to hear how that's going. But yeah, it's like very chill to like, I don't know, draw with those, right? I spin poi a lot with those. Speaking of, I'm gonna have to give you guys a poi show pretty soon. I'm feeling a lot more confident than I was. And, yeah, my only thing is I mostly record in here. Let me try to... Oh! Don't be alarmed, one moment. Okay. I had to save something from falling. So I mostly record in here. There's my little room type deal. I got a little Asian divider so I can close this little spot like a little office. But there's not really room to spin in here. So and I don't know what's up with YouTube and my phone. Before I was able to live stream on my phone, but now it's like super like laggy and weird and slow. But if I can figure that out, then I'll be able to give you guys a live stream poi spinning session, which I think would be super cool. But anyways, yeah, that's a little dream herb that I've discovered recently. I've known about it, but I never really tried them before, and pretty cool. And especially if you've been having like a dry spell of any kind, I feel like they really amplify your dreams. Yeah, I know, right, Greg? Kind of gave up on lucid dreams. We'll get back to it when my mind is ready. Yeah, and that's kind of part of the practice, is like the ebb and flow of it. Like I fall out of like being super inspired to try to lucid dream. Like it comes in waves, you know, like especially when I first got into lucid dreaming, I was practicing every single day. I was spending my entire morning and afternoon like researching all that I can, reading all that I can. Like I was obsessed, and that maybe that's just a me thing, maybe you share that as well, but when I discover something, I go all in until I feel like I like know everything about it, and then I just save that information. When I fall out of it, I get kind of interested in something else, and then I come back to it when I'm ready. That's just kind of how life is. I think we hold ourselves to such high standards of how we have to perform throughout the day, and if I create my schedule, like minute by minute, this is how it has to be every single day or else I fail. Like, we feel different every single day. We're discovering new things every single day. Really, you're just adding tools to your toolbox. That's really all that it is. So once I stopped being hard on myself too about dreaming a lot, like lucid dreaming a lot and stuff, I started to lucid dream more. I feel like lucid dreaming and dream work in general kind of is rooted in playfulness, safety, creativity, And I think that the more we can feel that way, and the more that we can have fun with whatever we're doing, the more we will dream. Because I think that part of the reason why we dream is attached to like our survival and stuff like that. But I also think that if we are in too much of a state of survival emotionally, then we can't really dream. Because again, I think dreaming, it's also like the lightest stage of sleep, right? It's our brain's more active during REM sleep than it is when we're awake a lot of the time. So we have to be in a specific state. It has to be primed right in order to lucid dream. So if you're not lucid dreaming, you're not failing or anything. You're not doing anything wrong. That's just part of it. And, you know, sometimes things just have to align in a way where you're in the right state. You have enough energy. You are not at the end of your REM cycle. You have enough awareness to realize that you're like, there's a lot of little pieces that we don't think of. And I think the more easy we can be on ourselves, the further we'll actually get within these things. But let me see. What's actually going on during an OBE? Is it just a dream, another dimension? Am I actually outside of my body? I feel a definite, distinct feeling of separation. What's it all mean? So from my perspective, and kind of from my experience, and I'd say just kind of what I've learned about it over time, is it feels like we're actually separating from our body, right? And here's why, at least from my perspective. We all assume that we're our body, and I feel like going on this journey of spirituality or discovering who we are and who we think we are, I think that we've learned that, oh, we're not our body, this is something we have. We're not our name, it's something that we have. But we feel so attached to our body, like it is who we are. 555 on the clock, what's up? Make a wish. And yes, you can make a wish at any time. Truly, at any time it's a synchronicity on the clock. Might as well make a wish, and even if it's not, hey, make a wish anyways. So we think that we're our body, and that's why it feels, but what we really are at our true core is awareness. We are the one observing this experience happen. These things aren't necessarily happening to us, because again, even like we are not our body. We are observing the experience almost behind these human eyes. We're not looking from them, we're looking from behind them, if that makes sense. And so when we separate from our physical body, I believe that it's just our awareness separating from our physical body. But if we are awareness, if we are purely awareness, that's what we actually are, then the true us is what is separating from the physical body. Because this is also the same thing that happens upon death as well. And of course, there's lots of different ideas or stories about this or what people believe, but I follow a lot of, like, I'd say Tibetan Buddhist perspectives on death and stuff, and from this perspective you can maintain conscious awareness at the point of death, especially with these practices of learning who that is and learning to see through that perspective instead of through like the ego or this limited human experience. And I think that the more we get used to knowing who we truly are, like, number one, the less fear we'll have in these experiences, because we know that we could never not be safe in these experiences. But also that explains why it feels so real. And people ask, like, is it just our awareness separating from our body, or is it actually us? But we are that awareness. But that's also why it feels like a full body experience, like a full sensational thing, is because that's the power of experiencing life through our awareness. Through our physical body, we are limited through the capacity that our human hands can feel. When we are looking through our human eyes, we are limited to the capacity of what these can do, right? Same with like our sensitivity to sound, to taste, everything. And this is also why when you lucid dream, for some reason, food tastes way more powerful and beautiful than it's ever tasted. That's because you're not limited by the physical body in that experience. You're able to experience these things through your mind, through that powerful awareness. And so, although it does feel like a full physical body experience, when we are separating from our physical body, it's because it is, but without our physical body, our awareness is so much more than we think it is. And I think that both answers are true. Yes, it is just our awareness separating from our physical body, and yes, it is us who is separating from that physical body. That's what I think. Okay. What's up? Thanks, Skip. And I'm so glad that you've been here for what? You've been here for like, I'd say 3 or 4 months. And you've continued to show up to almost every single live. You're chilling with us in the Telegram. I appreciate all of you spending your time here and learning and growing with me, because that's all that we're doing. And we are learning, experiencing, and sharing with other human beings what we think is happening. Thanks. Yeah, of course. Thanks for asking. That's always a very interesting question. But yeah, this is just kind of what I think. All right. It looks like an ad is coming. This is YouTube's new thing that it's testing out with random ads during the live stream. So I'm going to wait just half a sec before we get into the topic for today. Literally like a minute. But we will be going on over why we should have clarity on our desires, what manifestation actually looks like, and how to use Dreamwork to explore your real life dreams and desires that you're creating. So those are the 3 main points that we will be chatting about. And if you guys have any questions, definitely please throw them in the chat. 3 to 4 months. You know, I'm also really horrible with like, time is very weird for me. Half the time I don't even know what day it is. And also I think I experience time like we experience time in dreams. So you may be right, Eric. Like my perception of time, especially over the past like year or 2 years, is very dreamlike and weird. So I trust you on that. Skip, how long have you been chilling with us? Because it's so weird. It feels like I know you forever, Skip, but it also feels like, oh dang, about a year. Okay, cool. Well, ignore me. I'm just time really isn't real anyway, you know. So I'm gonna use that. But also, it's kind of interesting. Do you guys have you ever had dreams where you like access all of these dream memories once you're in the dream? Like you'll dream of someone that you've never really seen, but all of a sudden, like, you have all of these memories that unlock with them, or you have this like knowingness where you're like, oh yeah, it's my friend. He's been in my life for like this many years. So weird. That's how a dream memory is very weird, but I feel like I've experienced that a lot in my dreams. This moment feels like that. Those mushrooms, are they addictive? No. They're very, very, very chill, and there's 10 in a pack, and one serving size is like 1 gummy. When I first started, I just took 1, but then eventually, you know, you could take 2 and whatever. They're super, super chill, like kind of, I guess it could feel like a low, like, THC dose or something, but it's mostly like, it's a little bit body feeling, but it's mostly like your perspective or like your awareness shifts. It's very hard to explain. Adrian, how often do you lucid dream? It changes all the time. There's been months where I've hardly dreamt at all. And then there's also been weeks where I have lucid dreamt every day. And I haven't lucid dreamed for probably at least a month or 2. As of right now, but I've been dreaming like crazy. So that's kind of interesting, and it definitely kind of correlates with obviously how much I'm thinking about dreams, and how much I'm kind of like when I'm in the middle of all of my dream research and inspiration, or I'm like working on like a dream plan, like in my dream planning journal, then I'll notice like I'm thinking about dreams more in my dreams, and that triggers me to realize I'm dreaming. Or the more that I talk about lucid dreams on our live, or when I'm making a course, like when I'm making a lucid dream course, because I'm talking about it throughout the day, when I'm sleeping or when I'm dreaming, I'm also talking about dreams to people in my dreams. And so it kind of it's interesting, the connection between the two states. I feel like when this one is like calling out to that space responds. It's kind of interesting. And this is why a lot of the time, in order to just start working with your dreams or your lucid dreams, a lot of the time all it takes is a request or an intention to do that. But I would say also when I first started trying to induce like lucid dreams at will, I was so obsessed with that. I was spending probably 4 hours a day meditating. I was waking up at 4 in the morning. I was reading everything I could. I was like, and I've heard this is just like a Leo thing, a fire sign thing. Maybe it's a human thing, probably, you know, but I'm like, get really, really, really obsessed when I'm like intrigued by something. And when I'm in those spaces, for sure, it could be several lucid dreams a night. I don't think I've had more than like 2 or 3 lucid dreams in a night. But because we have so many different REM periods throughout the night, and depending on what time you wake up for different things or how long you sleep, we have several opportunities a night to become lucid. But I also don't want you guys to see lucid dreaming as more important than regular dreams, because I think regular dreams, just non-lucid dreams, are extremely powerful because we don't necessarily get to influence or choose what shows up. We kind of have to sit in that awareness that we were just talking about and observe what's being expressed, what's being integrated, what's being spoken to us in that moment, you know. And I feel like the subconscious is extremely wise with what dreams we do become lucid in and what dreams we don't. So never feel like discouraged or like you're not receiving what you should be receiving through your dreams, because I always believe that in this very moment that we're in, the message that we need to get to the next moment is in this moment. And some of the most meaningful dreams will be non-lucid, and all of them can be decoded in some way. And I definitely want to chat with you guys more about decoding dreams, because I've talked about this a lot in the past. I talk about this a lot in like my courses and group coaching stuff, but it's a lot more simple than we believe it to be, and you know, as far as communicating with the subconscious mind. And we've talked about this a lot, but I'll just say that the 3 main things in order to learn to decode your dreams is the theme of the dream, so kind of what's happening as far as the story. Are you looking for something? Are you celebrating something? You know, are you scared of something? What emotions are present in the dream? So do you feel fear? Do you feel nervousness? Do you feel homesick? Do you feel satisfied or excited or motivated? And write down as many emotions as you can remember. And as far as the theme as well, like the story of like what's being kind of played out in the dream. And then unique symbols, anything that shows up in your dreams that mean a lot to you, or people that you know, objects that mean a lot to you that have sentimental value, numbers that like maybe you have like 333 tattooed on you or something, and that's like a very meaningful number. When that shows up, you know that it means this, or like, and if that shows up in your dreams, that's clearly a symbol that you should write down. So just stuff like that. So those are the 3 main things. The themes, symbols, and emotions are the main ways to kind of decode your dreams. Once you have those kind of written out, you can really step back and see what message the dream has. It's almost like an art piece that you're trying to decode by all the different symbols in them and the placements and the colors, and every art piece paints a story. And I think that the subconscious delivers you information in a way that you're going to understand it. You know, it's not using someone else's symbols and like sentimental memories to communicate with you, right? It's very personal to you. And so I feel like that you will be able to understand the message that is in there, as long as you know, we take the time to, because it's like a different language, you know, we're learning how to speak the subconscious mind's language, and it speaks to us through feeling and images and knowing, you know. Okay, let me go back. I do see a question. Can I go from a lucid dream to astral projection? So I actually do have videos on this. They're older videos, but you can find it in the lucid dreaming / out-of-body experience playlist that I have on my channel. But at least one way that I lucid dream from an out-of-body experience is, well, we got to think about like what causes us to have an out-of-body experience in the first place. Like what kind of techniques get us out of body. And a lot of that is imagining the sensation of the physical body. A lot of it is a learning to perceive in different positions of your environment, like maybe you're meditating in your bed and you're trying to induce an out-of-body experience. I wouldn't sit in the awareness from where your physical body is. I would learn to play with that and imagine standing next to your window or looking in the mirror in the bathroom, like just imagining that, you know. Or I sit so often at this desk, maybe I can sit at this desk in my mind and really imagine what it feels like, what it smells like over here. And you basically are creating such a realistic visualization, a mental rehearsal of being and doing something else, that the brain actually starts to be convinced that you're over there opposed to here. Because the more your physical body falls asleep, the more you dissociate with your body and the physical sensations of your body. So your mind's almost looking for where the physical body is. When that happens, that's why we can feel a sense of falling. Or we can start to feel like we're spinning a little bit when we are like in a deep meditation or something, or we're trying to induce an out-of-body experience or a lucid dream. Your mind is starting to not be able to perceive or sense its surroundings or where it is, and so we're taking advantage of that and creating a mental rehearsal in our mind that is more realistic and more vivid than what the physical body is experiencing. That way the mind can almost grab onto that as what is happening. And because we've learned that we can separate our awareness from physical body, that's all you're doing, is you're creating a more enticing experience for your awareness over here, opposed to what's actually happening as you lay in bed. So it's very, very interesting. And I think I've learned a lot about how to use my mind to induce different states just by, like, if you have Gaia, those that like documentary, spiritual documentary subscription or whatever, they have a lot of video or documentaries on like neuroscience and quantum physics and stuff, and how the universe works and how our mind works, and like the dude, like, we're meant to do this. We're clear. There's such like divine complexity in how these things work together that we are absolutely meant to have these experiences. We're just learning the language of how to do that, how to separate from our humanness, if that makes sense. Let me start this, because let's see, we're only 34 minutes in. Okay, I'm gonna make a note, actually, because everyone keeps wanting timestamps, and I'm so sorry. It's hard for me to do because I ramble and rant all the time, so I'm gonna try, but I have not been good at that. Okay. So we are beginning, guys. How to manifest the life of your dreams through dream work. So why should we have clarity on our desires? Why is that important? And these are just bullet points that I wrote so I can remember what I wanted to tell you. So if you see me reading, that's what's going on. So I believe it is our birthright to experience life to the fullest. We were given passions, desires, and interests so we can create for this human experience through these specific vessels that were meant for all of us individually. We are always deserving of happiness and fulfillment, but we need to be willing to align ourselves with where our desires fall, and we have to be willing to catch them when we have the opportunity to. So part of having clarity on your desires, maybe just like part of manifesting in general, I would say, is having clarity on your desires, but also being willing to feel discomfort in order to take that step to saying yes to that thing. Like if you are working on manifesting an opportunity and it comes into your life, but you get too nervous and you think that you're not ready for it, it was brought to you, I believe, at the exact time that you were meant to. But part of receiving what we want is proving that we are willing to accept it and change in a way that allows us to match with that thing. You know, we can't stay the same and think the same and act the same and believe the same and feel the same and then create a different life. That doesn't match. It wouldn't make sense. And so we're really allowing ourselves to become a vibrational match to the thoughts, the feelings, and the actions that we want to have. We're training ourselves to become that person as we experience life. And that's really what manifestation is. A lot of people, there's so much noise when it comes to thinking of like manifestation or creating the life that you want. And it was very frustrating once like the internet started coming out and like all this new age stuff started coming out, where it's like all these different steps in order to get to this thing and all this. And I promise you, this is what it comes down to. These three things: your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions. Those being in alignment with your desire. That's all that it is. All the other stuff is extra stuff in order to help you induce those things, to train your brain to think those thoughts, train your brain to feel those, or train your body to feel those feelings, and then training yourself to take those actions. Like even when you look at scripting, you're scripting in order to get you to feel the way that you want to feel in that desired reality. It's not the actual scripting thing that does the thing that shifts you to that frequency of thinking about what you want. It's what tuning into that reality does to your body that manifests it. The feeling is the secret. If you can feel like you are already experiencing what you want in the present moment, and your thoughts also match that, and your actions also match that, this is where the cool, the interesting part of like the connection between neuroscience and quantum physics kicks in. They're really one and the same. Like what we allow ourselves to think and feel shows up in our perceptual lens of how we experience and see the world. This is why two people could have the exact same experience and think and feel completely different about it, and get a completely different message or whatever from that same experience. We were all given this. It's almost like, obviously we've heard of collective consciousness and that we all kind of reduce down to this one point, right? But we are all where free will comes in is being able to experience our individualized truths and beliefs, and be able to discover that how we choose to think, perceive, and feel our way through the world is how we will live in this experience. So truly, thoughts, feelings, and actions, that's the holy trinity, okay? And then your desires are in the middle. So think of a circle. This is where your desires are, in this middle. Your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions. If those all connect, it can hold the energy of your desire in the middle. So this is what manifestation looks like. That's the first point. The next one is creating space in your life for your desire and letting go of things that would not fit in that reality. So it is hard to let things go, whether it's people, whether it's old friendships, whether it's clothes, whether it's old sentimental belongings, and you don't have to get rid of the things that serve you on some level or feel good, or you can see being in that ideal reality. But if you are holding on to things that are from past versions of yourself, like friendships, for example, like I had certain friends in high school that tried to reach out to me, like even last year, and it feels so different to talk to them because it's just like we don't really relate on anything, because they also knew the version of me that like basically everything about my high school version of myself I feel like is different. Of course, I don't listen to the same music, but I still appreciate the same music that I listen to. And there's a lot of, obviously it was a version of me, so there's obviously connection there, but I don't relate to the thoughts that I had, the feelings I had, the things that I did, the people that I hung out with. And those are what creates our personality, right? That is our personality, of like the things that we think, the actions that we take, the things we feel, how we perceive things. Like that's how people get to know us. And if all of that is different, people are going to feel like they don't even know you at all. And that doesn't necessarily mean that that's for the worse, or oh, you did something bad, or oh, you failed because this friendship didn't work out. Like this experience is so beautiful and fluid. Things aren't meant to be permanent all the way through your life. Like people are meant to help you grow and expand from that period that you're in, and I think it's okay to lovingly go on our own journeys after we don't feel like we're getting what we need to from a specific area of our lives. That could be friendships, that could be physical. Have you guys seen pictures of that? I feel like I've shown you, but yeah, I was like, I don't feel like you guys would even recognize me like that. But yeah, it's okay to change. You should be changing. If you're changing, that means that you're growing, and if you're growing, then that means that you're opening the portal to something new, something different, something more abundant. So, creating space in your life for your desire and letting go of things that would not fit in that reality, that also goes with saying no to things and people that you don't want to hang out with, things that you don't want to do, things that you know aren't for you, and your body's not going to lie to you. Your intuition literally lies in the physical body. Like, when something's for you, you will feel it. And we know this. We tell ourselves all the time, oh, that doesn't feel right, or I have a bad feeling about this. Oh, I feel we should do this. Like the other day, for example, I'm learning how my body works as well with my intuition, because I've healed a lot of like my stomach and I feel pretty good most of the time, but lately I'll be getting this really sharp, like just uncomfortable pain, like sharp and like dull pain that comes in my stomach, and it literally feels like I'm about to get like a flare up or something. Like I ate a whole fucking cup of hot sauce or something. That happened the other day, right before me and Chance went to go drive somewhere. And I'm like, what the this happened like right as we grabbed the keys, put our like coats on. And then I'm like, okay, I guess I just have to stay here for a second and like see what's going on and see if I can like, whatever. 10 minutes later after that, we get a severe winter weather warning that they said like they recommend not being on the roads at all, like get home as fast as you can. And we were going to dinner, so we would have been not even knowing for like an hour or two, and then we would have came out in this crazy mess. It was like hail so hard. It was like a crazy hail blizzard storm. It was like the wildest thing ever. Like you couldn't even go outside. You were gonna get like hit in the head, like your windshield was gonna get broken or something. And I'm like, oh my god, interesting. I totally could have like judged myself and been like, oh, it's such a piece of, why does this happen? And like resisted the moment of what is. But if we can learn how to use the moment just to listen a little bit deeper, there's always some sort of, I'm telling you, our mind, our conscious mind thinks we know everything. Our intuition is so physical if we pay attention to it, that half the time once we do, we're like, oh my god, actually this has been happening for weeks or months and I haven't even known what it is until then. Since then, I've been testing, okay, anytime some sort of discomfort or like shift happens in my body, I'm going to listen and see, what could this be trying to tell me? And I'm going to stay on the lookout. It has happened like twice since then, and it has also been for a very important reason. It's so crazy. So the moment you decide that you're opening yourself up to more that is for you, or you're willing to listen to the messages that work their way through you, the moment you just make that intention, I promise you, shit is gonna get awesome. It's like with your dreams, you go to bed and you're like, okay, subconscious, I'm ready. I'm gonna dream tonight, and guess what? I'm gonna write it down this time. If we set that intention, I promise you, that's like half of the work. And then we just have to keep our commitment when that thing does come into our life, or whatever the thing, right? So it's interesting that synchronicity shows up in several ways, whether you're doing dream work, whether you're asking the universe, like, show me a sign, show me this thing today. I don't know if I told you guys about the pink elephant thing, but forever ago I was watching something that was just talking about how our thoughts and our feelings and our intentions can influence our physical experience, and we can see evidence of our beliefs showing up all the time. And so it was like, choose a specific, and to prove this to yourself, to break down that like negative belief in your brain that doesn't think that you can create. Like, think of a random item or some sort of image, or like something that would be so weird that if you saw it, you would definitely know that it's, that you brought that into your perception. And I was like, all right, pink elephant, that sounds cool. I don't remember the last time I saw a pink elephant. It doesn't seem like that is something that I'll like casually run into all the time. So I'm gonna go with pink elephant. So I just started being like, okay, the pink elephant is my thing. When I see it, I know that I'm like, that I created that somehow, that I brought that in. And I was also interested to wonder how long it would take. Like, does manifestation work through snail mail? Or do we have express options? So I wanted to test this out in my own way. And it's so weird, dude. I think one of the first times that I saw it was when I was on that big long road trip with my old friend through Washington, Oregon, California, Vegas, all that. And we stopped at some sort of like Native American shop, and I'm like looking at stones, and I look just barely up, like there's a stone right in front of my face, but I'm looking down. As soon as I look up, there's a carved pink elephant made out of rose quartz just sitting there. Of course I bought it because I was like, okay, it's happening. Stuff is happening. I remember I felt so excited, and I was like, I kind of held on to the pink elephant symbol because, I don't know, it showed up and it felt like, I don't know, it felt special. I got home, okay, from this long trip, and we were probably gone for like a week and a half or something, and we stopped at that shop on the way home. But as soon as I came home, I was like sitting in my office, and I looked at the wall and I gasped so loud because Ganesha, I have a Hindu tapestry with Ganesha on it, so the pink elephant. And I didn't even realize the whole time that there was a pink elephant in my house. But that proved to me that time that, oh my God, our manifestations are way closer than they appear to be. I was sharing a space with it. It was literally on that wall before I redid it. I'm sure you guys remember maybe from my old videos and stuff. That Ganesha poster. It was there the whole time, even before I came up with this pink elephant thing. So I was like, okay, I also got, and then I just barely looked at the time on the clock, and it was 48:48. Anyways, so once you start seeing, like, once you allow yourself to get excited or to look forward to something or intend for something that seems impossible to happen, the moment it does happen, you have all of these ideas break down about how you think reality has to be, or that, oh, this isn't real. People tell me all the time, like, you know, magic's not real. You're wasting your time. I'm like, that's cool, dude. I love this reality that I've created for myself, so I'm not looking to unlock the door to that one, because magic has proved itself real in my life. And you also have to ask yourself, what do I believe magic is? What do you believe magic is? To me, I don't know if you guys saw that post I made, but that is magic. So I'm gonna read. It's like, it was the chances that we're actually alive. I don't know if you guys read that post, but I'm just gonna read the chances. One scientist calculated the numbers and found that a person's odds of being alive are 1 in 10 to the 2,685,000th power. The scientist explains that these odds are the same as having a group of 2 million people each roll a trillion-sided die and every roll landing on the same number. Oh, so basically impossible? Yeah, life is magic then. This experience is magic. If those are the odds of us actually being alive, and most people think that magic means like doing something impossible, then this experience in itself is is magic, and that means that everything in it is also magic, because we literally like defied the odds. Those odds are insane. And the fact, I'm gonna read the other part of that post because I'm telling you, it adds to it. Okay. And the chances that we are existing on a planet with this much natural abundance, beauty, and diversity that takes care of our every need, being in a human body that is able to experience joy, pleasure, passion, and with a mind that is able to dream, imagine, and become aware of itself, that is magic, dude. I literally don't care what anyone says. That is magic, okay? And so once you start to change your idea of what magic is, how it can appear into your life, and that it can happen to you every day, and that it does happen every day, you start to experience something different because you've created a new, like, foundation for your thoughts and feelings and beliefs to grow on. And since then, I literally have a whole shelf in my bookshelf of pink elephant shit that has just popped up in my life. Not actual pink elephant shit, but that'd be funny. But stone pink elephants. Yeah, I thought it was pretty crazy. So ever since then, the pink elephant thing is like my little symbol thing. Oh yeah, and then I was watching a tarot card reading, because I watch this dude sometimes named Minopon Tarot, and he was doing the Leo reading, and then he was saying, yeah, it's not like you're just gonna manifest a pink elephant or something. Oh my God. I was like, that was a good one. That was a good one, universe. Okay. So, I invite you to test this out with your own thing. How can you test this out? What's like one thing that you don't think that you would be able to see, or, you know, like, play games with yourself. Life is fun. You get to play games. You get to discover your power and your true potential in really fun and interesting ways. Because guess what? You get to decide how you want to think, how you want to feel, how you want to act, and what you deserve. And you can only receive, I believe, what you truly believe that you deserve, because if you believe that you don't deserve it, you won't accept it or be willing to receive it, you know? So, anyways. Okay. The third and final point on what manifestation looks like. So let's just go over the first two. Thoughts, feelings, and actions in alignment with your desire. Creating space in your life for your desire and letting things go that would not fit in that reality, and saying yes to new experiences that you feel you may not be ready for, but you know are in alignment with that version of yourself you are manifesting. So again, like, oh, for example, I have a really good example. Last year, 2023, I was talking about how much I wanted to be a writer. I want to write books, okay? I want to write lots of things. And I think something in me just felt like, oh, I'm not ready for that because I don't have the experience for that, or, oh, you know, there's probably a lot I need to learn before I do that or whatever. And the universe will always test that, because we always think, oh, I'm not prepared, I'm not ready. And if we had a choice, we would stay like that kind of always, because we want to stay in our comfort zone for as long as possible before we have to go out in the cold and be uncomfortable and not know what to expect. That's just part of the human experience. It's not you. It's the human part of your brain that's trying to survive, and it doesn't like not being able to predict what's going to happen next. So next time you have a fear or an anxiety, know that that is not you, and that thought doesn't have to stop you. You can feel it and walk with it. Like, you can still say yes to things and feel scared. That's allowed. And I think that we create a really deep trust with ourselves when we give ourselves space to feel how we want to feel and still do the thing anyways. That's true self-care, I believe. But yeah, I told myself that I really wanted to write, but I didn't feel like I was ready. And Next Level Psychic magazine reached out to me, and they asked if I wanted to write an article on lucid dreaming. And I said yes, except I was terrified and I never have done anything like that before. So, learn to lucid dream with Haylee Lynn. My little name's on there. And I wrote an article on it, and it was so fun and easy too. It actually, like, I write all the time. I'm typing up emails. I can't tell you how often I'm talking about dreams with people. And I'm like always writing anyways. So, okay, I'm going to write in a Google document and I'm going to send it when I feel happy with it. Like, we think the things that we want to do are so much scarier and difficult than they actually are a lot of the times. And so, yeah, and now I literally have proof when I have that fear or that doubt come up. I literally have proof from my brain that I can do it. And I thought it was super cool. And even though we talked about this last time, before we go on to the next thing, I'm just gonna say that one percentage thing again, just in case no one was, people weren't here last time to hear it. 85% of what we worry about never happens. 85% of what we worry about never happens. And 13% of what happens is better than how we thought it was gonna go. So this proves like how much we truly live in fear unnecessarily. And this is a way to acknowledge your fear, acknowledge your anxiety. Of course I feel this way. I've never done this before. Like, anybody would feel this. You can start to feel yourself settle, like, oh my gosh, okay, there's nothing wrong with me. I'm not alone. This is like very normal to feel this way. Once you neutralize that fear, that feeling, that's what kind of allows you to take the next step and move forward. Okay, so now we're gonna take a little intermission to look at this thing again. Okay, it created something pretty cool. There's a little pyramid inside of it. I think that looks so cool. Okay, and then the next bullet point, I'm not gonna hold this here the whole time, but I want to see what it turns into, is how to use Dreamwork to explore your real-life dreams. So your desires, everything we're building clarity on. How we can start to explore our dreams through our dreams. Okay. First thing, and a couple people wanted me to talk about this, so I'm glad that I'm getting to it. Dream incubation. So that is basically the ability to induce or influence the type of dream that you have. And a way that you can use dream incubation to explore your dreams is explore your dream in the 3D reality through dreams or lucid dreams. So this is really able to, like, if you induce, let's say, like, I want to move to Washington, which is true, okay? And let's say that I want to dream of being in Washington. Being in a dream while I'm in Washington, like that, and again, your brain doesn't know the difference between something you're dreaming about, something you're thinking about, or something that's actually happening. So when you dream of experiencing something, especially if you lucid dream and experience that thing, your brain is going to start to break down the beliefs that doing that thing is not possible, because it's literally experiencing proof of you doing that thing. So that alone is very, very, very powerful. I also think just being in the energy and you being able to feel yourself there, full body, like feel yourself in that manifestation, feeling the sensations and like the vividness of being there. That's what all of these manifestation techniques are if you look at them when people are writing in their journal, or they're scripting, or they're like manifesting, like imagining themselves driving the car they want to drive. It seems like if everyone just lucid dreamed as a part of their like manifestation technique, or at least took their manifestations into the dream world, it'd be more effective. Because if you look at the best manifestations for manifesting your dream world, they all just have you shift to that version of yourself in your mind. That's all it is. Like, that's really all that they're doing, even with scripting and stuff. So okay, if I go there in my lucid dreams, I'm literally doing that times like a billion, and I'm able to actually be there with all of my senses and be able to interact with that experience however I want. That is like, I feel one of the ultimate ways to manifest is being able to experience it in your dreams. Plus, we dream in our subconscious mind, and when we are trying to change our thoughts and change our beliefs and like manifest our dream world, we're trying to get those new thoughts and beliefs into our subconscious mind. And so if we are dreaming in our desired reality and we are lucid dreaming in that desired reality, everything that we think and feel is already in our subconscious mind. So I think that using your dreams in this way is gonna cut out a lot of work for the stuff you're trying to do to get closer to your desired reality with waking life practices. So that is one way. And again, dream incubation is the way that I recommend practicing, at least one of the ways, is the 4-step dream planning technique that we talked about. And that will allow you to request a peek into that reality from your subconscious mind. The dream, and I do have videos on this, so I'm not going to go through like the details of each step, but the first step of dream incubation is to, of course, grab your dream planning journal. This is one you're going to use before bed, so you can plan your dreams out before bed. The first step is to create your plan. So write out when I am lucid tonight, or when I enter my dream tonight. It doesn't have to be a lucid dream, you can write whatever you want, but write out in detail the experience that you want to have. So you're writing out your plan. Under it, you're going to draw a simple picture of your plan. This helps your brain connect the experience that you're wanting to have. It sees it in writing, but it also has an image of what it's supposed to look like on some level. And that's going to help your brain create it. And again, it could be stick figures, it could be like super, super simple, just something to pictorialize the plan in some way for your brain. Once you've got your picture, you're going to write your Sankalpa. Your Sankalpa is basically a mantra or a request that you will repeat in order to merge to that reality. So if you're trying to manifest a non-lucid dream and you're trying to just, like, let's say, have a dream at your grandma's house, then maybe your Sankalpa would be something like, I'm now at my grandma's house, or I shift to my grandma's house now, or whatever you want it to be. If you're trying to manifest a lucid dream, then the sankalpa is going to be kind of what you repeat out loud once you become lucid to the sky to like request that thing to happen. So it's basically the same thing. You're just using them at different times. If your goal is to have a non-lucid dream, you're going to say that as you fall asleep. You're going to say your sankalpa as you fall asleep. And if your goal is to have a lucid dream, you'll say that. You can say it at both if you want, when you fall asleep, but for sure also when you become lucid, so you can fill out your plan. The last step is just writing down your results, what you expect to feel, how, like, the aftermath. You're basically tapping into the aftermath of, okay, this plan did happen. I feel refreshed and energized. I got the message that I needed from this experience, or like whatever it is. Obviously, don't like request a ton from your brain in one dream plan. Once you accomplish this one, or once you get bored of it or whatever, you can just create a new page and start again. And again, if you haven't completed your dream plan yet, you'll just read that a couple times before you go to bed every night, or when you want to work with that dream. And once you do have that experience, you can just cross it off and move to the next one. So plan, picture, sankalpa, and result. That is the 4 steps to my 4-step dream incubation technique. But of course, you can do it any way you want, and I also have tons of videos breaking that down. Okay. The next thing that you can do, a simple way to use Dreamwork to explore your real-life dreams, is to go to bed with a question you intend to receive in your dreams. Very simple. It could be a question about your business that you want to have. It could be gaining clarity on your manifestation that you're trying to manifest. Whatever you want clarity on, or some sort of answer on. I would ask it when you go to bed, or write it down also. And when you wake up, pay attention to the dreams you had, and I would work on decoding the one that you had, because there may be the answer you're looking for in there. Another way is, once you are lucid, talk to your dream characters to get more insight on yourself and your desires. We've talked about the dream characters within your dreams being archetypes of yourself. So you become lucid, and maybe you see one dream character, and he's like super fun and exciting and like flowy, like maybe he is your archetype of joy or freedom. And I recommend asking too, like, hey, what do you represent about me? Or just, I promise you, they're in their own world and they seem like normal humans until you interact with them, and then it's like your subconscious is now speaking through them to you, and it's like very, very interesting how the subconscious mind can communicate to you through your dream experiences. I would just recommend exploring the dream in new ways, exploring the territory in new ways, talking to dream characters, and just seeing what flavor your dream world has. Because I think it's also going, just like our personalities are all different, I believe that our dream territory is all different. How cool would it be if we could we could just join a party, and we could go hang out in each other's dream environments, dream universes. You know, if technology is gonna advance in the way that it's advancing, hopefully without them like intruding in our dream space or our thoughts or our subconscious, I would love a way to like share dreams I've had with people, and like the feeling of being there, and like, because that's half of what my dreams are, is like, I don't know, the internal feeling of being there. It's very hard to explain. Do you guys get it? Your dream has like this very just unique, weird feeling, like you're not in Kansas anymore, you know, you're probably not on Earth anymore, you're maybe at Hogwarts, who knows, but the feeling of where you are is like very strong in my dreams. It's very hard to explain. And that's exactly what I mean. If I was able to bring you to my dream world, or show you my dream in some way, you'd get it. I think that would be very, very cool. But yes, definitely explore your dreams, explore the territory of your dreams, your dream environment, the archetypes, how things react in your dreams, how things manifest in your dreams, what's the easiest way for you to shift the dream experience, because that will also help you be able to literally create from the ground up the dreams you want to have. And this is a lot harder than it sounds, to like collapse the dream and create a new experience. And that's actually, if you want more information on that, that's actually found in Tibetan dream yoga. They talk about that as being part of the spiritual practice, being able to observe the dream with pure awareness, sitting kind of in presence, and collapse the dream with your mind and build it back up to something else. So it is something cool to also research, and the more you research and the more you learn, all of that information goes into your subconscious and it's processed during your dream. So the more that you learn directly about anything, all of this, your dreams, your desires, whatever, you will experience that being expressed and integrated through your dreams and your subconscious mind. And the last point I have on here is, once you are lucid, request or will yourself to shift to the timeline which you are intending to manifest. Time is a man-made construct. We know this because seems like I don't understand time at all. I literally thought that Skip was in this community for like 3, 4, 5 months, and apparently it's been a year. Trust me, Skip, I know that. I totally and you're here all the time, like every week and in the group. So it's not you. Time just fucks me up, dude. It's very weird and very strange. And we can see how this concept kind of crumbles when we access it in the lucid dream and ask to shift to certain timelines in spaces and time. Everything really is all coexisting at the same time, but because we have such a physical, like a dense physical human body, we feel we can only experience time in increments or in moments. But when it comes to exploring your desires and your passions, you have that feeling for them because you've already experienced them on some level energetically, and they already exist. They're being played out as we speak. And it's very interesting when you can train your mind to shift to any reality that you want, because you realize that you can feel fulfilled in this very moment. You can feel grateful for them in this very moment, and you can feel like you have them in this very moment because you know they're not far away at all. And I think that is part of learning to manifest, is being able to feel the excitement and the love and the gratitude for everything that you know is coming for you, but also surrendering and trusting that it will be delivered in the exact time and place in which you are able to fully receive it to the fullest capacity. Like, you know how fulfilled and happy you desire to be, you know the knowledge you desire to have, you know the habits that you desire to be integrated into your experience, and we need to see that integrating those things and becoming that person, that's why our manifestations take so long. We think they take so long, quote unquote, but really it's just waiting for us to rise to that same frequency to be able to fully receive those things. Like, let's say someone wants to be a millionaire and they've never been able to manage money in their entire life, and somehow a ton of money lands on their lap. They will self-sabotage somehow. They won't know how to they won't know how to manage that amount of money. They will, there's so many skills within that's going to help you make the most. It's not that you want $1 million. It's that you want to be in that state of abundance and be able to have an abundant life. If you have $1 million, but you don't know how to use it, you've never been able to manage it, you get scared of it, and so maybe you just try to get rid of it as fast as possible. We want the feeling of what those things bring us, and if we can learn to play with that feeling and be on the frequency of that feeling, then we train ourselves to think and behave and believe in alignment with what would support that life, if that makes sense, right? It's not just creating the life we want, it's the work is becoming the person that's in that life. So that's where these things come in. So just remember the Holy Trinity: thoughts, feelings, actions. We're trying to get those to be in alignment with our desires. So we want to think from our desire, feel from our desire, and act from our desire. This means if we already experienced it, if it's already a normal part of our experience, how would our thoughts, feelings, and actions be different if we were in that reality right now? We are basically shifting to that reality from changing how we think, feel, and act. That is truly the basis of it, and Dreamwork will allow you to explore more details within that, and also it will build up that feeling, that imagination, that play, that drive, that curiosity, that wonder, and it's just a great amplifier to hold your dreams and your desires. So that's all I had on the doc, guys. But does anybody have any questions about that? Anything that we covered? What's up, guys? Oh my gosh. Let me catch up a little bit. Thank you, Eric. He posted the Dream Incubation Guide and Intro to Dream Incubation. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Sometimes I get confused about if this is fantasy. I guess how real it feels, but it all feels good. So let me ask you, what is real? Like, what makes something real? Because I think we get so caught up in real that I don't think we actually know what that means. And I do that too, but when you really start to look at what's real and what's not, kind of leaves you with more questions than answers. You start to have more questions about this reality. You're like, oh, well, that can't be real like this real life. But then you start to wonder what makes this experience real to you. And then you start to be like, huh. Those ideas start to crumble because I think we believe that something is real if we experienced it. So then it is real, right? Because that's the only thing that I can see as being real. But also, there's lots of things that we haven't experienced that are also real. So it starts to get a little, you know, a little confusing with that word. What's up, Zani? Oh my gosh, good to see you. How can I determine the difference between lucid dreaming and vivid dreaming? Great question. So vivid dreaming is one step below lucid dreaming a lot of the time. Lucidity is a spectrum. So there's levels to lucidity. I wouldn't say it's so black and white like people think. Like the lowest form of lucidity would probably be not dreaming. But if we're talking about the levels of lucidity that I've talked about before, non-lucid dreams are the baseline, so just your normal dreams. Pre-lucid dream is when you start to question if you could be dreaming. It's like the step right before you realize you're dreaming. So you can have a pre-lucid dream and not actually get lucid, but it's your shift in awareness like, wait, that was kind of weird. That's a pre-lucid dream. A pre-lucid dream just really means that you have the opportunity to become lucid because something triggered that type of awareness. The third tier is a lucid dream. And this is just, it's a semi-lucid dream. A semi-lucid dream is you're slipping in and out of awareness. So you know that you're dreaming, but maybe you don't care. And then you become non-lucid again, and you're kind of like playing on that line. Then the fourth tier is fully lucid. And that is where you know that you're dreaming, you're able to move around the dream freely. And then the fifth tier is super lucid, and that is like very, very lucid. You can think of something and it appears. You can fly all around your dream and not lose any stability. So yeah, I kind of have it on a 0 to 5 scale. And as far as the difference between lucid dreaming and vivid dreaming, what makes something a lucid dream is the awareness, the knowingness that you are indeed dreaming on some level. Even a nightmare that you try to wake yourself up from, even though in that dream you didn't say, hey, I've gotta wake up, like, or even though in that dream you didn't say that you are dreaming, you still said, hey, I gotta wake up, I gotta wake up. So on some level you knew that that was a dream. So really what makes a lucid dream is the awareness that you are dreaming. So if you just had a vivid dream, but you were kind of going along with the story still, and you weren't necessarily conscious that you were sleeping in bed having this experience, then that would just be a vivid dream. And if you are having a vivid dream, that means you have the opportunity to create lucid dreams out of those, because the more vivid your dreams are, and the more awareness you can cultivate in those experiences, you can create lucidity in those super vivid dreams and really have fun and make the most of them. So lucidity comes down to purely awareness though. even if you don't have any control in the dream, but you know that you're dreaming. Like, have you had those dreams where it's like, kind of like what I talked about earlier with semi-lucid, you kind of know that you're dreaming, but then you either don't care or you kind of slip in and out of that. I forgot where I was going with that, but that is right before, same with vivid dreams, like that's right before like a stable lucid dream. The only difference in that is how much awareness you have in those dreams, which is why it's like so wishy-washy. It's hard to stabilize. And I do have videos as well on how to cultivate more awareness, and I also have master classes on that, like full classes on each of these little things. So if there's any of you who are interested, it's my my Dreams of series. If you guys remember, I did 12 1 to 2 hour master classes on each of these points, and I do have one on awareness. So if anyone's interested in that, let me know. But yeah, lucidity is a spectrum, and even if you have, oh yeah, I remember what I was saying with that. Even if you have a dream where you know that you're dreaming, but you have no control of your body or you can't move or do anything, that's still a lucid dream because of that awareness, that knowingness. So let me see. Ooh, cool, Victor. That sounds cool. Yeah, I've got a few here. And then I just got a whole, I think I thought this, but I just got a box for all my incense. So I definitely get it. And we got some Palo Santo and a shell. Okay. What's up, Dustin? Good to see you guys. Good to see you guys. Do you like watching bugs or animals? Oh, yes. I can't wait for my yard. Guess what, guys? It's happening. Washington is finally coming. Sorry, I was going to say manifestation for some reason. I guess that also works. But March/April, I'm looking for houses in Washington to rent. So I'm very excited. So yes, I'm very excited to have a yard, to watch all the animals, and to be a crazy heathen in my own space. Very excited. Victor, why are we talking about chickens? I know, I love dragonflies too. I've seen this dragonfly a few times. Apparently it's a red Japanese firefly or something, or it's called something very specific, but apparently you don't see them very often. They're like these bright red huge dragonflies. Oh my gosh, and in the summer I saw like 2 or 3. Super cool. Oh, which video is this? Oh, thanks, Eric. Yep, there we go. Creating a habit of awareness. There's a video there. How to dream with intent. Eric, you were just on it. Thank you so much. You're the best. Really, you're the best. You ever bump into intelligences while out of body, or other people who are also out of body? The only experience that I had close to that was trying to have a shared experience with my friend, and we meditated and did the same technique to get out of body, and we're kind of like intending to see each other, and we went into this, I wouldn't consider it like a out of body experience. I don't know, it was very weird. It felt like right before an out of body experience, and yeah, my awareness was shifted to where he was, but it was very weird. I'd say that's the closest I've got to like running into someone who's out of body. In my out-of-body experiences, I've like felt beings around, but I haven't even seen any beings really. It's all been through feeling or sound. Like I can hear when people talk to me, but it's only through my head. It's weird. And I can also talk to people in the out-of-body experience without seeing anyone. I can feel people and you just think of questions and then you hear their answer, but it's like out loud, but in your head at the same time. It's so weird. This happened the other night. I was meditating, and all of a sudden I heard someone say, Haylee. Someone whispered Haylee, but it was like they whispered it in both ears at the same time. So it was like in my head or something, but it literally sounded like out loud. And that's what it felt like in my out-of-body experience. Hearing that kind of. I live in Washington. Hope you're okay with rain. I love the rain. I will lay in the rain and take a nap. I will go on barefoot walks in the rain and dance in puddles. I love the rain. I'm very excited for the rain. What area do you live in? That's cool. I'm hoping to be in the Vancouver area. Vancouver / Portlandish. Obviously, I won't be in Portland, but I want to be near Vancouver because it's right near the bridge. Absolutely, Skip. I definitely believe that we can. But because it's energetic, I believe it's easier to have shared experiences with people you're like energetically connected to more, you know? People that you're really comfortable with. Because then it's a lot easier to fill out their energy. And I'll have to talk about that sometime. Like how to do like little experiments with your friends and stuff. Because I'm not even kidding. I used to call them psychic games when I was a kid. But I call them just like intuitive games or intuitive experiences now. But the first time I started doing it was when I was 9 years old. And I would play this game where and I got into this because at 9, I got into giving animal readings for people, and I got my first tarot card deck at 9, and so this like group of like intuitive mediums or whatever, they would meet at this coffee shop all the time, and they invited me to go meet with these like it's just kind of like a witch circle sort of, but I was 9, so my mom came, and I remember that we had our first like fair, like reading fair at this coffee shop. And I was one of the readers there. I think I was like about 10 at that point, but I was one of the readers there for like animal readings and like card readings, like oracle deck readings. And that's kind of how I started. And plus I was having all the craziest dreams, and like I just got into all this stuff like super young. But I would play these games, and I taught my mom these games too because I really wanted someone to practice with. But I would close my eyes and I would basically create like this energy ball. And you can feel it kind of build up, and I would basically put what experience I wanted to send her, like a meadow with like a pink cotton candy sky with like the sound of like the ocean down below the hill, or like whatever. It could just be like a specific texture, or like an object or a feeling, like an emotion, whatever. And we wouldn't set any rules because that's what makes it kind of more helps you practice more if you're not like within lots of limits. And yeah, once you feel the energy ball kind of growing with all of the stuff you like put into this ball like mentally, they can hold out their hands and you actually feel it. It's super crazy. They hold out their hands and then they tune into it and they try to guess what was in it. And I just did tons of stuff like that when I was little, and so it sounds normal to me, but people might be like, but I kind of use the same thing for like out-of-body experiences now, like practicing with friends. Like we'll almost like meet on a place, like me and my friend, when I tried this, the out-of-body experience I'm telling you about, we tried to like meet at some tree. Like we intuitively said like, oh yeah, that one single tree on the hill. And we're like, okay, we'll meet there. But I don't think that's what I mean by like trying with someone you feel energetically connected to. Maybe someone who could almost read your thoughts without you saying anything, like a really close friend. I think that's kind of the best case scenario. But at least someone that knows you very well, that you would be able to feel their energy around you, even if like your eyes weren't open, like almost that strong of energy with someone. But yes, I believe it's possible. And maybe set on a meeting place or something. It kind of worked because then I would just imagine that tree like on that hill, and then imagine him like sitting there for me. And then as I'm like feeling myself separate from my body, I focus on that place. Oh, and then me and my other friend, you guys might know him, his name's Troy. He's in the Facebook group, Troy Vrolak. He's a mod too in that group, but him and I created a whole dream world. We created a whole dream forest. We got on Zoom calls for a while, and we were like, okay, like we wanted to create a whole dream place that we could actually like visit in our dreams. And so we wanted to create every single detail of this forest, like the different things that you would find on different paths of the forest. Juno was a dream guide for the forest, so in this dream world, he's almost like a little black fox that will guide you through the forest if you get lost. There's also this well in the forest that if you step in, it teleports you into an out-of-body experience. Like, it will induce the vibrations getting in this well of water. And there's all these little different paths, and I like wrote it out, like we were drawing it out, we were writing out the emotions that are present in this place, how this place makes you feel, the sounds that you would hear, the colors you would hear. And we like created this whole place, and then when we would like meditate or like go practice reading with each other in this dream place, not only can I pick up on his energy, but now like I also have this whole place that I can explore in my mind until I actually feel myself there. But just stuff like that, just really allowing yourself to be playful and creative and make it fun. And because I truly believe that if everything exists and this universe is infinite, that truly means that all of our ideas and everything that exists in our imagination is a real place somewhere, somehow. So that really gives us the ability to actually bring to life the most beautiful, magical, mystical places that we could ever imagine. And so it is real. It is real. Because if you can experience it, and this universe is truly endless, like, I can't even comprehend that. Like, the universe just goes forever. There's no edge. There's no nothing. Forever. So all of these ideas and these curiosities and these places, they have to exist. And so, even though it feels like creating something on a piece of paper, you're uncovering a map. That's what it is. You're uncovering an actual map that you can use to go explore the deepest horizons of your dreams. I definitely believe that we can have these experiences with other people too. But I definitely believe if everything truly is energy, that's the core, that's the baseline of all this, then we've got to take that into consideration when we are deciding who is the right person to practice this with, if that makes sense. Anyways, I had someone that practiced some of the things with me. The successes were awesome. Yeah, and it's so fun just to have like dream buddies or like dream accountability buddies that, you know, you can talk to and explore these things with. So yeah, it's very cool. Talking about this makes me so excited because it's like, we really did just end up here on this planet, like, and apparently I learned kind of cool. Maybe I'll link the video in the group, but the universe was made by sound, like, and we can see that how all of these, like, you know how when you put like sand or something on like subwoofers, like the different frequencies can create different perfect mathematical patterns out of the sand? Apparently, in the Big Bang, that's how all of this was created. It's true. All of this was created. Like that, and the chances that we even talked about that was able to happen. And now we're able to explore these different dimensions, feel love and creativity and feel pleasure and be able to create anything that our heart desires through play and imagination. That's a very sweet and soft and beautiful. The universe is very mighty, but we don't realize how much of an artist the universe is to make all of this real. All of these ideas that we have, it's already thought of. Nature! Look at nature! Look how beautiful nature is. Wow. And it's so cool that we're here right now, able to connect all over the fucking world through this, like, square box thing. We're able to talk about these weird dimensional spaces somehow, some way that we shift to for some reason. Everything's very interesting. I know, Victor, technically it's all trillions in one bigger contained container. I can't wait to be in Washington now and to be able to take you guys on all these adventures. I know that I haven't been able to, like, I'm gonna be the coolest vlogger ever. We're gonna go to the fucking coolest places ever in the world, okay? And it starts there. And I'm super excited because content will get really cool and beautiful out there and just different in so many ways. And once I'm out there, I don't know if there's probably some new people here, but we've talked about a dream retreat, and that will come to life when I'm out in Washington. That will be possible when I'm out in Washington. There's so many things I want to do, and right now I'm just kind of playing the waiting game until I move, because I live in just a very industrial place. There's not a lot of places to go out and see. I don't have my own car, so I can't just take you guys on a nice little drive and go do something. So, and I've had this channel for like 4 or 5 years, so I'm very grateful that all of you new beautiful faces and all of you guys who have been with me for a long time, I'm super excited that you're here, and I'm really excited to see this next era of our dream family and all that we're able to accomplish. And I would love, obviously, to meet some of you in person, and my dream has always been to do some sort of retreat and to connect with my dream family all over the world, and it's finally happening. It's finally coming to fruition. So just know that this is the year that things get awesome. I have so many ideas, and I'm super, super stoked. Even before I go to Washington, I have some things that I'm working on that I'm so excited. So yes, I love you guys. I'm very grateful that you guys have been with me for so long. Yeah, bring the mushrooms. Hell yeah. And when I'm in Washington, I'll be able to tell you guys more of my plant medicine experiences, because of the place that I'm located in right now. I can't really tell you guys a lot of my journeys, and I'm very excited to share with you guys. A lot. I just can't. There's too many things. My brain's getting overwhelmed. There's just too many things. But just know, this is the year that shit is happening, and I'm so excited. But if there's anyone who hasn't tried those Amanita muscaria mushrooms, let me know, because I'm very interested to hear your experiences. And also, I've verified that those experiences, those dream experiences with Amanita, those really intense dream experiences, it translates to other types of mushrooms. I'll just tell you that from some previous experiences. If you're looking to explore your dream world in a way where you're using herbs or plant medicines or anything like that, mushrooms, good way to go. Yeah, Washington! Oh my god, it's so beautiful. Oh, and we're surrounded in like, I don't know how many volcanoes are there, but I know there's at least a few that you can literally see in the distance. You are able to go to the beach. You can go to the national parks. You can go to the forests. They have meadows, the most beautiful hiking trails. I can create endless terrariums by going on a walk in the forest, because there's just moss covering everything. Mushrooms everywhere. Last time I went to Washington, which was last year, I saw my first bald eagle, and I saw 3 in the same area on the same day. It's like such a magical place. I feel like a little kid. I like just want to like run around and spin around and climb trees and roll around in the grass, and be crazy. And I'm so ready for that. I'm so ready. New Mexico has great skies. Oh, really? Oh, yeah, my best friend is native. He's Navajo, and he goes to New Mexico a lot because he has lots of family on the res. And he always tells me about his experiences there, and I haven't been there, but great skies. Can't go wrong with some great skies. I'm so excited. Okay, guys. So, I'm super hungry, so I'm about to go eat some pizza. But I want to let you guys know that I love you very much. Let's create some new artwork together before I go. And I really appreciate all you guys hanging out with me. You guys are very fun. I look forward to seeing you every single week. And a lot more is coming. I finally have an editor that's helping me. And he has made it known that he wants to help me have more time to create and show up for the people that I love. And so he's helping me with some back-end work, so I don't have to do as much tedious work, and I can focus on being with you guys, because I have so many ideas of things that I want us to do together. in-person in retreats and also on these cool little communities, these little containers we're creating. And I'm feeling very excited about this year. Tell me, what's one thing you guys are looking forward to this year? Before I go, what's one thing you guys are excited about for this year? For me, my main one is getting to Washington. I'm very excited about that. What about you? What's one thing that's really making you excited for this year? Romper room with the magic mirror. What? Sounds crazy. I'm also very excited to imagine one day we can have our retreat in like a crazy location. I have so many dreams. I have already started to manifest something. I'll share details later. People have already told me to my face that I look different. Some type of glow. Eric! I'm so happy for you. Well, I'm celebrating you so much already. And I don't even know what it is yet, but I bet it is fucking awesome. And you deserve every beautiful thing that is coming to you, my friend. Okay, look at that. God, I wish these things weren't reflecting, but now I can at least show you all my cool little lights around. Let's see. Okay, let me turn on the candles. I don't know if you guys saw my little Harry Potter candles. I have a cloud. Some signs there. This is the worst angle ever. I'm sorry. You will be excited to hear that I'm saving up for a vlog camera so I could take you guys to all the places, all the things. And yeah, it'd be cool. And soon I'm gonna try to go live and give you guys a poi spinning sesh. I just gotta figure out either how to get my phone to work or yeah, let's try it. I'm gonna try at some point. It's gonna probably be on a different day that's not Monday. You may see me just randomly go live. I'm gonna see if it works. Lately it's been like, and I like can't operate under these conditions. Okay, so I'm gonna test it out, and if it works, then hell yeah, we could start having crazy fun now outside of my office. But if it doesn't work, we're gonna have to wait until I get a turn off this. Okay, or I'm gonna have to wait until I get my vlog camera. Anyways, I feel like I'm rambling. Yes, it is sorcery. It is magic. Yeah, it's floating candles. It's just like the Great Hall, brother. I actually borrowed some from the Great Hall, so. Ooh, that's cool, Victor. Yeah. Alright, guys, I love you so much. Thanks for hanging out with me. I truly, truly, truly love you guys more than anything. We will be back Monday, live at 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And, yeah, lots of exciting things coming. And, I tend to rant, so I'm just gonna leave it at that and just work on it and just, like... Oh, he's the one that helped me. Yeah, we're good. He's a homie, for sure. For sure. Okay, guys, I love you. See you in the group. See you in the Telegram group if you want to come hang out outside of the live stream. And yeah, I will see you this upcoming Monday. And as always, I'm sending you endless love and endless lucidity. And thanks for being you.